In the subculture of jails and prisons, it would be a badge of honor for somebody to another inmate to kill somebody like Miss Maxwell.
This is the Metropolitan Detention Center in New York, where Ghislaine Maxwell is currently awaiting trial. The 58-year-old socialite was moved to the notorious Brooklyn facility after she was arrested in New Hampshire.
I was the warden at the Metropolitan Detention Center from the spring of 2007 to the late fall of 2009. So I was there for a little over 2.5 years as warden. So I'm very familiar with the facility. What I would have expected her to experience when she entered the facility was, first of all, she would have come in full restraints, which would have included leg irons, a belly chain to a hat to attach handcuffs, and the handcuffs will be attached to the belly chain to immobilize her hands. She would be strip searched. She would be processed in terms of fingerprint, photographs. She would be asked a battery of questions relevant to security and safety. She would undergo a cursory medical exam, fill out a multitude of forms that the government requires, and then be assigned to a cell. There would be a steel toilet without a lid. There's a rudimentary sink. There's a stationary bunk bed, a built-in type of desk that is totally immobilized. It would be a shocking departure from what this individual is probably used to in terms of living conditions. These individual cells that I described are typically on a range or part of a hall where you have, say, 10 or 12 cells per range in different ranges as part of the unit, the housing unit she's going to be in. She would be in a female unit, which is different than a male unit, certainly. But I would expect other inmates, once they know she's there, I'm sure they all know by now, certainly I would expect them to be attempting to communicate with her. So if the facility has the ability to house her and segregate her to the greatest degree possible, that certainly would be the thing that I would look for had I still been with the agency at that facility. I would hope that the Federal Bureau of Prisons has planned to sell her alone. There are two schools of thought on how this type of individual should be celled. One is that she should be celled with a fellow detainee, for the purpose of ensuring that that particular individual could notify staff in the event that Miss Maxwell attempted suicide. In my opinion, this is a poor choice. I do not believe she should be celled with anybody. Given the gravity, the sensitive nature of her alleged offenses, I believe that makes her a target inside a correctional facility. In the subculture of jails and prisons, it would be a badge of honor for somebody to another inmate to kill somebody like Miss Maxwell. So therefore, I believe that she should be single-celled for the entire duration of her detainment. I personally believe that during the entire course of her detainment there, she should be on suicide watch. Suicide watch would entail a staff member or a trained suicide watch cadre inmate who was assigned to sit right there and stare at that individual 24/7. Of course, they rotate, but this is such a sensitive issue to not only the United States, but the world. I mean, there's so much interest in this. It's absolutely imperative that the government get this right and safeguard Miss Maxwell.